Hello Internet, I'm John, and just like you, last time I tried ACC I rage quit. You've probably heard that there's a new physics model and tyre model being released, so before you rage quit a second time, let me give you the biggest piece of advice that I can offer. Turn the steering ratio down on your controller. Okay, menu, options, controls, steering, drop down box. Turn this scale down. Gonna go down to about 65 for now. The thing is, you have no idea just how much you are oversteering, and I don't mean oversteer because the back end's coming out. I mean you're putting in too much steering input into each corner. If you don't believe me, go to your audio, turn everything down apart from your tyres and turn that up to 100%. Listen to your tyres every time you go around that corner. If you can hear them scrubbing across the surface, you are steering in too much, and you have no idea just how high the steering ratio is on GT cars. Now, if you run at 65, you're going to probably, at least, it depends entirely on your equipment of course, but you're going to find that that is possibly a little bit too low, but it gives you the ability to turn in naturally and get used to the fact that you're in a GT car in ACC. As you get into that, you realize that you are becoming more reliable. Then you can start increasing it. Go out for a few laps, get used to it, and then teach your subconscious to increase its natural ability over time. Each time you go out, warm up your tyres, do maybe 4 or 5 laps, come in, change your options, go up to 68, maybe 69, maybe 70, do another 4 or 5 laps, then do it again, go up to 72, 73 maybe, do another 4 laps, then go up 75, 76, 80 possibly if you want to go just that high, do another 4 laps until you get to the point where your natural tendency to turn in equates to the same turning that you're getting in the game and you're not hearing your tyres scrubbing across the surface. But if you haven't changed any of your audio settings, you're not going to be aware of just how much you're turning in, particularly if you're really quite new and you find that you're able to lose the back end without even being on the power, or if you've lost the back end that many times, you keep turning the traction control up because you think that the back end's lighting up and that's why you're losing the back end. It's not. You're losing the back end because you're putting far too much steering angle in, and as a result, the moment you put any power into it, the front is opposed to you actually going forwards and it snaps to the side. Or if you're trying to save a slide and you put too much you put too much steering input in to save the slide, as soon as it bites, the front snaps to the other side and you go spinning. It drives you absolutely mad. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a drive in VR now, and you're going to see the difference between the two. I'm going to run out on 100% and then I'm going to turn it down to 65% and you can see the difference. Okay, right, you can't see the setups, but I'm going to go aggressive preset as it is, back out, here we go, and to drive, start the engine, off we go, come on, start the engine, thank you. Oh. Okay. I really need to figure out how to lock the HMD to the horizon, but whatever. Here we go. Right, in we go. We're on the aggressive preset. We're nice and slow. We come around. We're on the power, and we're unstable as hell, mate. Look at how unstable we are. Okay, come on, come on. Be better than that, mate. You're better than that. Oh God, it's absolutely everywhere. Okay, right, we're going to come down second gear, slow, slow. Oh God, God, understeer, understeer. We put, oh fuck me, it's absolutely fucking everywhere. Can't control this. This is basically completely unworkable. I'm not that bad. Have I got to go down to the safe preset? Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Come, keep going. Whew. This is incredibly difficult to control. The back end just wants to step out on you all the time, and it understeers like fuck, even though it's on the aggressive preset. Oh, fuck me. I really ought to have been able to put the f down then. Okay, right, fine. So we're stuck. Let's go back to the garage. We're going to go to setup. We're going to go to the safe preset so that we're not constantly terrified of putting our foot on the gas. Let's continue. Let's get that out and about. Let's do it a second time and get this done. You know, I'm not terrible at racing games. I really ought to be able to control a GT car. I'm barely able to control it in pit lane, to be honest. Right, here we are, coming in, we're coming in. Now I know that the safe preset is a bit understeery, but at least I hope I'm able to learn how to make it a bit faster, right? Okay, here we come, in we come, in we come, turning in, get on, it's understeers like fuck, on the power, come on the power, go, go, go. Come on, come on, come on. The more I get on the power, the less it's steering in. So I have to be so late on the power. Look at the amount of understeer I've got there. And I put my foot down and we're going nowhere. This is just too slow. I'm getting times that are like, oh, that are like 10 seconds a lap slower than them geezers on YouTube. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Am I just this bad? Okay, right, well we're going to have to go to the aggressive setup then, right? And we go on the aggressive setup and we're going to turn on the traction control because we're going to have to. There is no way we're ever going to compete on that setup. So setup, aggressive setup, electronics, let's ramp up the traction control, 7, TC2, put that on 7 as well, so that we know full well that TC is going to kick in when we need it to. Right, go on, continue, let's go. Off we go. Oink, a doink, a doink. Come out the bumpiest pit lane on earth. Is this sounding familiar to you yet? Could you, on every other racing game that you've ever driven, you're nowhere near this bad. Why are you this bad just on ACC? Right, okay, come on. Ah, there we go. I was able to do it then. I was able to get on the power. Oh, but it's cutting in so harshly. So harsh, that's action control. Okay, come on. Oh, God, it's taking forever to get round and I've just got no power. I'm not even able to change up to third for there. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're going so slow. Why is there so much traction control? Listen to this. Listen. You can't see any of this. I'm going to go options. I'm going to go audio. I'm going to turn the onboard engine off and the exterior engine off. Confirm. Back. Listen. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? That wind sound. That's your tyres scrubbing on the surface. That's you oversteering like a madman, even though it doesn't look like you're steering. Listen to how much it's scrubbing. Now if I stop and I go back to not trying to not scrub the tyres, look at how much steering input I actually put in, and I'm still scrubbing the tyres. So how about we do this? Now we go down to the options, we go to the controls, and you can't see this. Again, we're going to drop that scale down to 60%. And then, oh, hang on, didn't bloody save it, did I? That's alright, it saved itself. Then back, 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 back. God, this menu system's janky, I tell you that. Drive. Okay, right. Now, the force feedback is suddenly a lot lighter. And all of a sudden, I actually feel like I've got much more confidence in the car. And I don't feel like it's going to flip out from underneath me now. I should be in 6th coming into this corner, I know, but never mind. I'll forgive myself. Oh! Come on, come on, come on. Round you come, round you come. Okay, right. This corner, I was notorious for spinning it. I was spinning it all the fucking time. And now all of a sudden, okay, I'm not getting quite enough steering in. Let's go into the options. Let's go to the controls. Steering, let's take that up to 70% then. Okay. Let's save that on a preset so that I've got it back. Up drive. And off we go. Right. Let's do an Eau Rouge Rally on. But have you noticed the tyres haven't been scrubbing anywhere near as much? Excuse me, that was quite embarrassingly bad. You weren't able to hear the tyres. Well, let's go around this one. This is the one where we kept spinning at before. And you, my friend, have probably spun at this one so many times. Nice and strong in. Coming in, right round we go, put your foot on the accelerator, and you can put your foot on the accelerator and it's not spinning around like mad. Isn't that incredible? Now, keep going back, put that up to 80%, put it up to 85%, to the point that you are comfortable, that you feel that your steering input is normal. That, my friend, is what we need to do. I think, have we still got traction control? Yeah, we've got traction control on 7 out of 8. Let's go back to the garage. Return to the garage, confirm. And we'll put the setup. We'll go aggressive preset, confirm, and electronics, traction control. We're going to put that on 1. And back, and back. And continue. Right, let's try that again. Now, I could probably do with the engine noises so that I know actually when to change gear. But we'll see how we actually do coming around that corner now, right? Boo, 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 boo. Oh, there's also a way to get an FPS counter in your game, by the way. Go into the config files in your My Documents folder under Competizione. And change FPS counter from 1 to 0. Look at that. You can't see that, but I have got my foot. I have my foot planted on the power. All right, fair enough. I ended up crashing, but I had my foot planted on the power so much earlier. Then let's turn the engine sound so you can actually hear the difference of when I'm coming in. And look how much tighter over line I'm able to get. I have my foot down halfway round that sodding corner. That's options, audio, onboard engine 30%, exterior engine 34%. I want to be able to hear my opponents coming, much like Valentino Rossi. Right, there we go. There's the engine, you can hear it in the background now. You can now I can listen out for what the tyres are doing, and you can listen out for when I get the power on. Oh, bad example. I think I might have broken the steering a bit. Can you hear that? That was on traction control 1. I was able to put my foot down. You could hear the engine ramping up. Now, if you go through that, you increase that to a level you're comfortable with, so you understand how much steering input you've got. This is a T150. T150 cogs 120 times round in 360 degrees, so it really needs fairly low one to get any accuracy. But if you do that, get to the point where you're comfortable, you will add probably 6 seconds to your lap time and be consistent. Obviously, if you've not got 6 seconds to gain, then you're not going to gain that much. Okay, so what's happening is you are putting in your tyres like that. So you turn into a corner, possibly you put it at, call it 45 degrees. Your tyres are doing this, and you're scrubbing into that corner. And the moment you put your foot down on the power, the wheels try to push the car forwards. They can't, because your wheels are pointing in the wrong direction. Obviously, exaggeration, but still. So the front end snaps to the whatever direction that it's pointing at. The back end flares up, and the entire car just swivels out of control, because the only thing you have in this game to point out to you that you're putting in too much steering input is the sound of the tyres scrubbing. There is nothing else to actually give it, because you're not feeling anything through this T150. You might feel it through the really expensive DD unit or whatever you got. Maybe you got like Fanatec 600 quid, or maybe you got like a Mazda 1000 quid, or whatever it is. This is 80 quid on second-hand market. There is no way on earth this thing is ever going to translate to me that I have steered too much into that corner. So you spin, you get frustrated, and you go back into all of your other games, and in all of your other games you seem fine, and then you go back into ACC and you spin, and you're just rage quitting all the time because you can't control the car. It's all over the sodding place because you're steering way more than you realise you are. I mean it, way more than you are. If you're at 90 degrees at standard GT settings, you are steering pretty much more than you're ever going to need on anything other than a hairpin. It is so much more than you actually realise. Anyway, hopefully this one tip is going to save you from rage quitting. If you do that increment over time to the point where you are naturally happy with it, then you will be better. Obviously, of course, in setups you could do them individually per car, but that's incredibly laborious. Just do it in the steering ratio in the first place in the controller settings. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully that helps.